Alright. Hello everyone, I am Typhoon Wynn. You could probably just call me Charles if you like. That's the new name I'm going by now. What you see in front of you is a game. This game is from 2001 and it is called Black&White. So this is going to be a preliminary video, so that I can test to see whether or not the outcome of this whole recording session here goes well. And if it does all go well, I'm going to upload this to my channel. So if you guys are seeing this, good job, everything went well. If you guys aren't seeing it, I'm basically wasting my time. But anyway, instead of going straight into the game, I'm actually going to go ahead and go into a skirmish map. Defeat another god to control this realm. So, I've already got a lot of time into this game, and right now, what you see in front of you is me having played after quite a while. I made a new save, I think about 2 days ago. Been playing this since. And as you can see, my temple right here, I'm a pretty good god. You can tell because the spikes are pointing down and my temple seems pretty white. Over here is my creature. This creature here is the smartest thing in Black&White. Way smarter than any of the AI gods, but also probably a little bit stupid as well. As you can see, just take a look at that face. Take a look at that dopey face. Oh my god, he is so silly. He is called Wynn. Right now he's going to go and get something to eat, so he's probably going to pick up one of... No, not picking up those. Are you going to the fish farm? Looked like he's going to go to the fish farm. If you press C on your keyboard, you can actually see his stats here. His damage, how much damage he's taken from being attacked, his hunger, and his tiredness. Pretty self-explanatory. Now that he's eaten, I'm going to go ahead and put him on the leash of learning here, this little rope leash. And I'm going to go ahead and bring him up into this village. You can see those little red orbs that are floating out of these little villagers right here. That is because my creature walking by has impressed these villagers by a certain value, which I believe was 25 or so. I believe that value needed normally up at 500. My creature, you do not want to go sleep right now. What I want my creature to do is I'm going to attach him onto this thing here. This here is the village totem. If I press F1, totem in the middle can be raised or lowered. I can't raise it now. But what I'm telling my creature to do now by leashing him onto here is I've trained him such that if I leash him onto the village totem, he starts impressing people. Oh man, this help text won't go away anytime soon. I'm just trying to see on my display where I can find the recording time. Oh yes, I see it. About 3 minutes in right now. My creature right now is busy casting a bunch of miracles. You see he just summoned a flock of birds, which is very impressive. I think we got like 200 from that. We can see how much more belief we need. We only need 207 belief left in order to impress these people. This here is a Norse village. You can tell based on this totem here, based on the architecture as well, and based on the looks of the people. Over here we have a, I believe this is an African or Indian worship site. I believe it's Indian. Do I want to say that? I think in this game they take Indians to mean American Indians rather than Indian Indians. My creature over here is busy dancing. Yep, want to impress somebody. So we'll eventually take control over this place. Let's see how he's doing. Tighten this up at 50%. So he could probably go to sleep once he's impressed these guys enough. You can see him having a little bit of fun dancing over here, and the villagers are all dancing around him. Yeah, there we go. Got 14 and 21 belief from that. So as he continues to do that, I'm going to go ahead and start populating this little village. So what I want to do for that is I want to go ahead and grab some people here. You can see as I press S, these villager information come up above the head. They track the villagers and everything, and they tell you a bunch of stuff. So let's take a look at this little guy who's currently planting crop. You can see he's 19 years of age. His life percentage, how healthy he is at 97%. His fat is now at 100 because he's just eaten. And as you pick him up, You can place him next to some things to make him discipled. You can see placing him over these striped parcels of land bring that hay icon up, which means that if I plop him down here,
Disciple farmer.
he becomes a disciple farmer. Now you can see that he now has a yellow aura around him, which means that he's a disciple. You can get rid of that by grabbing him and then checking from left to right. What I want to do with this guy is I actually want him to live here.
Live here in peace.
And what good is an Adam and Eve situation if you have Adam, but you don't have an Eve? So I want to find a nice young lady. We're going to go ahead and pick up this 22-year-old person. And we're going to go ahead and place her down here.
Live here in love.
So now, okay, my creature has finally finished impressing this town. You can see before it used to just be a hand pointing up here, but now it's a totem of my creature. So I'm going to go over here, plop my creature down in the pen so that he can rest. This is generally the place where they like to go to sleep. Oh, sorry, the best place for them to go to sleep. If you want a big creature, my creature is relatively big. He didn't start out this big at all. He probably started out maybe like the size of 2 villagers tall or something. The more they rest in your pen, the faster they grow. Also, their growth is also determined by whether or not they go to sleep at night or something. So what I'm doing here, just picking up some trees from this, what the game files call an ancient forest, and plopping it down over here. You can see we have these little altars over here. These are where your worshippers go to worship, and these things here are the miracles that you can cast from them. You can see what miracles you get from a village by looking at the totem. See heal, teleport, and water. The ring around it means that there's an upgraded version of that spell that I can cast for a little bit more mana. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this. There should be a few people coming to a building site. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and grab Peter McLaughlin over here, and then I'm just going to drop him down over here. Hopefully he should figure out... Yeah, there we go. So once he's done this, just going to speed up time a little bit here. Would require 0%. Excellent. My creature is now woken up, so he can go ahead and do his shebang. But the primary thing that I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and uproot trees from this ancient forest and plant them down over here. This might look a little bit weird as to what I'm doing. There's already a forest over here, so why am I grabbing trees from here and planting them down somewhere else? Well, if they remain in this little forest, sure, some trees grow, but not that many. And you can't water ancient forests. At least I don't think you can. Even after all these hours in this game, I still don't know if you can or can't. Oh, you can hear there, my creature is actually watering a tree. That is a good creature. I'm going to go ahead and reward him to like 70%. This is the way that you teach your creature what to do. When you catch him doing something, you can either reward him or punish him. So I just rewarded him 70%, so he's going to go ahead and water this tree some more. And you can see there's a tiny little tree growing here now. That's because he's just watered it. And the more he waters, the more trees pop up. You can see another one over here. The reason why I want trees to pop up is because wood is a very important resource in this game.
You can scroll through some of these info signs to read all the text. Hold the action button on the text and move up or down. Any information you read on one of these is added to the library in the temple.
Alright, so that probably needs a bit of explanation. That god guy that you just saw passing by, he's my conscience. Part of my conscience. He is my good conscience, and I believe his official name is Whitey. Don't take that to be racist. He is just called that because this game's called Black and White. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and make a few male breeders. What these guys will do is they'll basically go around attempting to impregnate people. Let's see, is this lady impregnated yet? No, not yet. You can normally tell if somebody's impregnated by after their F meter. There we go. You see a P has appeared. Now this lady's pregnant. In a little bit, she'll go home and she'll give birth, creating a little baby. And little babies, from the age of 1, go to this little house here called a creche, or a creche, I don't know. These signs here, did you know signs, give you a little bit of information. Fortunately for me, I am a professional at this game, although I don't actually get paid for playing this game, and I know everything there is about it. Mostly everything. I still don't know how the creatures work. But anyway, back to the task at hand. I'm going to grab one of these water miracle seeds, and I'm going to go ahead and water this area here. You see a tree sprouted right here? I'm going to go ahead and just water that up a little bit. Spread love, spread nature and all that. Now the reason why I picked this land here, this skirmish map, is because quite frankly it's the easiest. You can see we start off with our village here. Our village has no food actually. This village here has no food. It has the Fireball, Forest, Storm, and Physical Shield miracles. Whereas this village down here has the Wood, Storm, Lightning, and Fireball miracles. Over here at the village center, you can see what desires the village has. So over here is grain, this is wood, and this is building. You can hear this man saying on occasion, must build homes. That's just because the village really desires houses. I'm going to go ahead and plant this rock here for use later. But for the main portion of this, I'm actually going to go and grab a few more individuals and make a few craftsmen. What these guys will do is they'll run between this building here called the workshop and this building here called the village store, and they will pick up some wood and bring it back here. Once this building has enough wood, we get a nifty little thing that we can use to build more buildings. So in the meanwhile, I still want to use more water miracles, but I've run out of miracle seeds over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and raise this totem to about 25%. Now 25% of the population here, which you can find out by hovering over this, population of 33, 25% of 33 is I don't want to do the maths, so I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to pick up some grain over here, about maybe 2,000 or so will do. There we go, 2,026. I'm going to plant it down here, and you can see these people are currently dancing. If you press S, you can see that they're worshipping, and what they're doing is they're generating this red aura around the central basin here, increasing our prayer energy, which is basically like mana. Once you have enough prayer energy, you can go ahead and click on one of these miracles, and you can see it charging up. This will give me a water miracle.
Miracle shower.
And now I can go ahead and create more trees. There we go. Now, since we have individuals going from the workshop to the village store and back, you can see this nice young lady over here who is at a nice young age of 34, is currently carrying a log. Oh, she's a little bit slower than the dude, but hey, this is why you should always get a man to do a man's job. But once they drop it off to enough wood here, you see this little flag here? Kind of hard to see because there's a tree in the way. It's going to go down. Wood required 5,500 wood. So these 3 disciple craftsmen that I made are going to go by and take some wood. Once this flag reaches the bottom, this building will start its production. So in the meantime, I'm going to go check on my creature. So my creature has just found somebody here who has died. Probably died because of these wolves actually. And I hope it wasn't the villager over here. Population 2 of 0. Well, as you can hear, this building is now making a sound. And you can see the production percentage is increasing. I'm going to go ahead and speed up time a little bit here to help this go forward. And we get one of these things, the scaffolding. So I'm going to go pick up this little scaffolding, and I'm going to go and plop it down over here. This here will create a cultured house for these individuals. I'm going to put that down, and I'm going to pick up this wood over here, and I'm going to plant it down here. I'm going to go grab that dude if I can. Okay, never mind. But what they're going to do is they're now going to go over here and build. So I'm going to pay attention to what my creature wants to do. Your creature wants to be kind and generous. What is it that he's going to do? I'm all for him being kind and generous. The green mandrill, by the way, is the good mandrill. You just pick that lady up and drop her back home. Oh, yes, that's something that a creature can do. Once your village gets bigger, it's more important. But your creature can basically save your villagers a walk. This young lady here looked like she just gave birth. Yep, 92% health, 42 years old, also a 41-year-old. Oops, didn't mean to do that. And she had now a nice healthy 1-year-old baby. So you're also probably wondering, what are these little blue fireflies doing? Well, during the evening they come out, and as long as there is decoration inside a village, which is basically a certain proximity around some buildings, then you get these little fireflies coming out. And during morning, they go and hide. So you can see one of them hid under here. One of them hid under here and create loops. Oh god, didn't mean to do that. What happened there, I don't think you could see it, is I tried to throw this rock, accidentally right-clicked the little taskbar right up here, which you guys can't see. But I'm going to go ahead and throw that away. And you can see we got ourselves a miracle seed here. Weakness creature miracle. Now if I uproot this tree, it's going to be another one. This one's a wolf's miracle, and then there's another one. Because 3 fireflies hid between these 2 objects. I'm just going to go and uproot more of these just to see if anyone else is hidden. Ooh, indeed we have a freeze creature miracle and a spiritual shield miracle. And a forest miracle. Oh, and a water miracle? Good lord. Are there any others hiding about? Yep, there is a fire miracle. So I'm going to go plop this rock down here. For a reason I'll tell you later. Is there anything hiding under the fire miracle? Another fire miracle. Another fire miracle. Oh my god. Okay. My creature's going about doing his stuff that I've trained him to do, which is basically watering trees. Because right now, wood is a pretty scarce resource. Sure, we can cast wood here, but we need a little bit more than that. So we have 2 individuals here. I'm actually going to go ahead, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to pause the game for a second. And I'm going to go do a little extension trick. This is the moment where I realise that I'm actually deaf and I can't hear the noise I'm trying to hear. I'm trying to listen for a high-pitched noise. You guys can probably hear it, I can't right now. And I want to pick this guy up. And I'm going to go place him back down here. And I'm going to go do the same thing with this young lady over here. Oops, didn't mean to throw her. And I'm going to place her down here. Reason why I'm doing this is because I need these 2 to breed, goddammit. Deciding what to do? Really, you're deciding what to do. There we go. When they're making out, their stats disappear up here. Or what they're doing disappears. She didn't become pregnant from that, so I'm going to go place her down here again. And I'm going to wait until they impregnate themselves. I'm going to make them breeders, actually. Until she becomes pregnant. There we go, she's pregnant. You're at home? Okay, now you're no longer a dude. You're no longer... didn't mean to say a dude. You're no longer a disciple. Well, what we have going on. We saw a few green people over here, and in fact, there's a green person right over here. 2 years old. I'm going to go and throw him back to the land that he came from. He's probably going to die from this. 98. 58. 57. He survived. Okay, well... I know I'm meant to be a good god and all, but what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to go ahead and throw this villager. Why is this little kid green? Well, firstly, he's 2 years old, and he's not actually going to land in the water there, so I'm going to... Oh. Wow, he survived that fall. That is incredible. Okay, he's drowning now. He should die soon. Let's go ahead and watch this. 10%, he's drowning, and nobody's around to come save him. His fatness is going down. 54%. Well, we're going to leave him and come back to him. I'm going to put a bookmark here just to make sure. My worshippers don't need any food yet. So, what I'm going to do... Ah, excellent, we have 3 scaffolds here. I'm going to combine these scaffolds to create a scaffold value of 3. Then I'm going to go and come down over here and plant a village store here. Now my creature was just a real good boy, and he created a miraculous forest. You probably saw the forest miracle icon a little bit earlier. Oops. Never make disciple forests, by the way. That's a pretty bad idea. Villagers in this game are actually pretty autonomous. They'll normally do what they need to do in order to survive. Excuse me. Yeah, they normally do what they need to do in order to survive, which includes cutting down things. I think maybe also breeding. Oh man, I have the hiccups. Excuse me. Okay, creature, you're hungry. You picked up some grain from the field and you're going to throw it over here. That added no food. Well, I'm going to go ahead and feed your horse. Ever hear the saying, I'm so hungry I can eat a horse? Well, your creature can literally eat a horse. There we go. So these people down here, they need some wood for this little building here, because this building isn't going to build itself. Now let's go ahead and give them that. I'm going to make you a disciple builder right now. And let's see, it looks like our little lady over here, the Eve of this family, of this village, has a little child. Looks like a little female child. You can tell by how dark their name is, or their icon is. Women have lighter, men have darker. So this house needs another 3,400. Oh, there's another dude here. You know what, dude? You're green. Did I explain what green means? Green, basically, we have another god over here, by the way. I forgot to tell you. There's another god here. You can see he has his creature over here, which is the most stupidest animal ever in existence. At least in this game. A leopard. Do not pick the leopard. The leopard is a ridiculously stupid creature. Let me just save you the time and effort right now. The leopard, probably the worst creature you can ever get. But he has his own village over here. We can't interact with it, but he is green. So all of his villagers are marked with a green icon. With green names, sorry. Sometimes they pop out down here, but not all the time. I'm going to go ahead and just water this. Oops. Teleport? Teleport will do fine.
Teleport.
I should actually create a teleportation system here.
Teleport.
So I'm going to go place a teleport there, and another teleport over here. Teleports do exactly what they tell you. Villagers can walk into these mini portals and come out any other portal that they so desire. So I'm going to go ahead and place another portal down over here for the time being. You can also see that the rocks that I placed down, villagers started to dance around them. And you can see that same red energy from the portal, or from the altar earlier, is now forming around them. That is very interesting. I wonder what that could mean. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and pull up some trees over here and plant them down here into this village store, just to give them some wood. Fortunately, by dropping it on an incomplete building, it changes the tree into prepared wood. So once this is finished, these guys will finally have a village store where they can keep their food and their wood. I'm just going to go ahead and drop a few animals in there right now so that they have a small supply of wood, food, sorry. Wood is going to be something that we're going to get to in a little bit. We now have another 3 scaffolds, and we're going to go and plant this over here as well. This will give us a workshop, which is the exact same building that this thing is. It looks different because the tribes are different, but that's pretty much it. That's the only functional difference, I mean. There are actually a few. I don't even know why I'm trying to listen for that sound. I can't hear it at all. There are a few scaffolds up here. So we're going to go ahead and do the pause glitch, or trick should I say, to get some of them. So what scaffold value 3 does is it gives you access to make... creature, don't go that way, please. It gives you the ability to make civic buildings. And there's a list of civic buildings. Some of them are higher priorities than others. So the village store takes precedent over the workshop, and the workshop takes precedent over the creche, and the creche takes precedent over the last one, which is the graveyard. So once my creature gets around here, I'm actually going to tell him to drop the scaffold right here. I can pick this up and plant it down over here, which creates enough room for a graveyard. So while those guys get that source out, I'm going to get my creature to pick up another one. This isn't as effective as doing the pause glitch, but I find it's it's a bit more... people are suffering? Oh, that's because they want wood, expansion, civic buildings, and food. I'll deal with them in a second. But once my creature has picked this up, we're going to go drop it within my influence so that I can handle it alright. Without being gamey at all. And once he's plopped this down, there we go. I can pick it up. And no, I want to do a workshop right here. Yeah, excellent. Actually, let's use this wood miracle and cast it on here. Since my creature's on the leash of learning, he actually took a look at this, and now he is practicing adding wood to an incomplete building. So I would stroke him for this, but he's currently using trees that I don't want him to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell him that good boy for creating wood. And once he does this again, I'm going to tell him bad boy for using these types of trees. And he needs to go poop. This is the life of a creature. Poop, poop, poop. Alright. Looks like the village store over here is coming to a bit of fruition. How many people do we have? We actually have 4 people here. Unfortunately...
We've got no more wood.
We've got no more wood. Shut up. You do have wood. There you go. There's your wood. Unfortunately, we still only have 1 male, which is the Adam of this location. But hey, actually got 103 belief just by adding a pile of wood there. Man, these guys really want their wood. How much wood would a villager need? If a villager would need wood? Approximately 79% in this place. I'm going to go ahead and plant a few trees in this village store. This rock isn't actually doing very well. But the reason why I'm not using miracles to solve this problem, even though I do have the wood miracle now, because I have access to this Norse Village down here, is because if I give them too much, then they'll become lazy and they'll stop doing stuff. So right now you can see all of these villagers are planting crop. How many villagers live here? Approximately 47. We have 6 farms here. 1 farm tends to be enough to feed about 10 or so people. So yeah, that's alright. Yeah, these guys really want more houses. You can tell because even though I had a scaffold value 3, the only thing that popped up is a house. So when it comes to housing, you can check to see how much people versus houses there are by this fraction here. So we have 47 out of 43, which means that there are 47 people living there and only 43 places to live. It won't stop villagers from breeding, but it will limit the amount of breeding that happens. And typically you want enough houses for people, especially if you're being a good god. But what I'm wanting to do now is I'm wanting to give a lot of wood over here. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to swap to this rainbow leash called the Fluffy Leash of Compassion. I'm going to attach my creature onto this wood desire flag over here. What this will do is this will hopefully tell the creature to... Oh, that's a nasty wolf actually. Wolves can kill villagers, so we don't want them. But hopefully what this will do is this will convince my creature to be like, hey, I need to give this place some wood. If the creature's smart enough. I think he's actually just picked up a... Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I think he's picked up a animal of some kind, so now he's going to throw it into the village door. I'm going to punish him by 30 over there. Just so that he hopefully understands. I'm also going to shorten his leash. So we have a scaffold value of 4. What I want is a scaffold value of 7. You are not tired, my creature. There we go. Creature's trying to show you how he's feeling. Well, you know what? Stop doing that. Give these guys... Creature. Creature. Stop it. Creature. Just beat him up a little bit. That's positive and negative reinforcement, huh? Alright, creature, watch this. There you go. You see? You understand? You get it? What are you going to do? Are you going to cast a miracle at it? Or are you going to go and pick up some trees over here? Looks like you're going to go pick up some trees. Yep. Okay, good boy. Good boy. You are a pretty good boy. You're also a pretty boy. If you don't mind me saying. So now we have a scaffold value of 6. We only need a scaffold value of 7. And when I say only, that does also happen to be the maximum amount of scaffolding that you can add together. One thing that you may have noticed as well is there are gestures down in the bottom right corner. If you draw out those gestures with your hand, you can get quick access to some of the miracles. You also see that miracle that has the R shape right there. That's the repeat miracle. That repeats the last miracle that you've done. And you can also quickly access it by pressing the R button anyway. So, right, we now have a scaffold value of 7. Which area of this, which one of our towns is the highest, believe? 760 here, 595 there, 842 over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go, and you see this this little rock here? My emblem is now on top of it, and it is red with my power. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go plop that down here. This is a very special rock now. This rock will help us a lot right now, actually. So since we used a Norse since we used a Norse tribe to create this scaffold I have, it's going to give us a Norse wonder. And if I place it right next to this artifact of power, I can plant it down and you see it increased in size quite dramatically. So what this does is it gives me a stronger building. So right now I'm going to go and go pretty mad when it comes to the wood that I need. Yeah, oh, there's another one here. Oh, actually, can I pick this back up? I can't pick it up. Darn. Oh well. What I was planning on doing is putting this one down there as well to hopefully get an even larger one. But, oh well. I'm going to go ahead and place a few more buildings down here. Like so. And then I'm also going to get some food. Get about maybe 2,000. Yeah, that's about enough. And plant it over here. And my creature is probably done his part over here. Oh, these guys need wood, huh? Well,
Miracle shower.
I'm gonna go ahead and water this tree since it's the last tree in my forest.
Miracle shower.
Gonna go ahead and I've got about like 3, 4, 5 trees now. I'm gonna go spread them out a little bit because the further apart they are, the better they grow.
Miracle
Not
shower.
necessarily true, but as long as they have space around them, they can grow faster. And by grow faster, we mean spawn another tree quicker. You can see over here the terrain discolored a little bit. Now we have 2 little trees here. Now, bear in mind, I'm playing this all on sped up time. Alright, once I water this, I'm actually going to go take a look at where the fireflies are. So we have 4 fireflies over here. 1 firefly over there. And how many fireflies do we have over here? I see only 1 firefly. Alright, he's probably going to go hide under there. The tree to the south there. But I want to pay attention to where these guys go because I really like these miracle seeds. These miracle seeds can give you access to miracles that villagers won't normally have otherwise. So there's a one under there, so I'm going to go throw that rock away. Get to spiritual shield. And now somewhere under one of these trees there's going to be a bunch of miracle seeds. There we go. There's a wood miracle. There's a fireball miracle. There's another fireball miracle. And there is a nothing else miracle. Alright, so creature, what I want you to do is I want you to come down here and observe. I'm going to cast a wood miracle on this building here, and you are going to want to add wood to that wonder. There we go, good boy. Since you used a miracle, I'm going to reward you greatly because you didn't use up any of my tree resources. There we go, 100%. He's going to go ahead and cast it again. I'm going to go ahead and reward him again. So I'm going to go reward him now 70%. I don't want to keep rewarding him 100% because then he might learn things that I don't want him to learn. I'm going to keep rewarding him less and less every time he casts this. What this is basically doing, so let's see, last time was 70, 60, 50, 40, so yeah, I'll do 40% this time. Every time he casts a miracle, I'll show you. His tiredness is at 44%, he casts a miracle, jumps up to 53. If I keep rewarding him 100%, then he'll learn to cast the wood miracle at very high tiredness levels, and I don't want that. So he casts it once more at 62, so I'm just going to go ahead and reward him once more. Once this is done, he shouldn't want to cast this again, because now his tiredness is a bit too high. So I don't know what he's got in mind now. I'm going to turn him onto the fluffy leash of compassion so he doesn't focus on me too much. But I am still going to water these trees. Creature trying to show you how he's feeling. Yeah, great job. I know exactly how you feel right now. And not really, that was sarcasm. I don't speak Mandrill. Please don't pretend that I do. Alright, creature, you are actually really tired, so I want you to come back here and go to sleep. Clicking in his pen there will just put him to sleep. Not permanently, mind you. I also don't understand that saving icon in these skirmishes. I know it does save and it creates a save inside my temple somewhere, but I can never figure out where that save is. People have a desire. Yeah, sure. No, the desire is going to be filled once this building here is complete. And if you don't understand why, I'll show you. The building itself doesn't do anything directly to help with desires, but it is pretty, what's the word? Pretty good when it comes to village management. Probably makes it villagers a bit lazy, but you'll see that when it comes to it. So right now I've told you what I'm doing. I'm watering these trees, and by watering these trees, the villagers will come down here if they need wood. If they need wood to pick up these trees. But if I gave them wood, and I gave them all the wood they need, they would never come down here. So they would never come down here and never forest, which means they have one less thing that they're going to do. So what are they going to spend that time doing? They're going to spend that time lazing about if there's nothing else to do. Eventually, once you give them everything that they need and they have nothing to do, they will just not do anything and they will become lazy ass sons of female dogs. To put it nicely. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw some more trees into this big wonder here. I don't even know what this is. Is it like a lodging hall or something? Yeah, you can see we have 19,000 more wood to go. Bear in mind, you can only ever carry 20,000 wood or food at a time. So that's a lot of wood. Alright, creature, come over here, please. Learn how to water this.
Miracle shower.
There we go. Good boy. You are a good boy. I'm going to reward him about 60% for this. Because he did learn previously that giving wood to this building is a lot better. So he's going to go ahead and do this a few times. He's actually going to go to sleep now, which is... no, he's not. Okay. Hey creature. Hey creature.
We're
Hey
running
creature.
out of
Do
wood.
that. You see this? I pick up a tree. I plop it down over there. Can you do that? You can do that. Alright, there we go. He's going to go ahead and do it. Since he's not using the miracle though, I'm just going to go ahead and reward him 20%. So he's going to go ahead and do that again. I'm going to go ahead and punish him for that now. Bad boy by 20%. He actually just completely ignored my punishment. This creature. Okay, creature, please help with this building.
Enough tribespeople.
We don't have enough tribespeople? Really? Did somebody die? Somebody died. Only 18 years old? No way. Are there wolves running about? I think there might be wolves running about. Because how else could that guy have died? Beats me. Anyway. So, creature, are you being kind and generous? You're not being kind and generous. What are you doing? You're going to sleep. Creature, no. Bad boy. 60% bad boy. You won't sleep again, that type of thing. Not quite what I meant, but oh well. I'm going to go drop a few more trees into this place. How much wood? Wood required 0. Okay, excellent. So, creature, I want you now to be compassionate and feed this place. Feed it a bunch of things. Wood, food, whatever. Yeah, and you can see over here, these guys really want building. 15 out of 24? That means that there's only 15 people here. Why do you want expansion?
Disciple breeder.
Go ahead and create a few breeders here. You guys should probably use a, what could probably do with a creche down there. You guys need food. How many people live here? 65 out of 55? Okay, yeah, I do need some more.
We're running out of wood.
Oh, the reason why it's not giving me more is because there's already 2 slots over here. That should be okay. Should be okay. Let me go ahead and water this lone tree again to repopulate my forest. Man. If you think that gods are omnipotent, no, gods aren't omnipotent in this game. Gods are limited and they have to abide by certain rules. We can't just immediately create a forest even though we have something called... Wow. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back.